Hi everybody, this is a video to show you how to take through Design Space a bundle of SVGs which you can buy to create this lovely six-sided gift box with a lid on that you can arrange Christmassy flowers on. So um, it's supposed to sort of resemble a vase of flowers, really, Christmassy flowers, but the lid just pops off so you can use the inside of it as a gift box. A little bit like those bouquets where you can lift the flowers out and the inside of the vase is a gift box. So you get, I think, 6 files in total. For the basic box, one for this lovely ribbon that wraps all around the middle of the box, the mistletoe flower, the poinsettia flower, this easy one just to make the grass blades that I think really lighten up a flower display. And you also get, if I can find the picture, yeah, an overlay in case you want to introduce a different look to the vase. Maybe if you're not going to use it for Christmas, you might use different flowers on top, and that's just a way to decorate the sides of it if you want to. Um, you also get this centre, like sort of, I'm not sure what you call the middle of poinsettias really. They're those funny buddy things, aren't they? But you get this yellow stamen-like middle. When I made mine, I actually used some gold beads, which I think look really Christmassy. I like those as well. But if you don't want to buy beads, you can cut that to go inside, which looks just as lovely. Right, so let's have a look at Design Space and we'll see how to cut it. I'll bring the box in first, I think. There it is. So as usual with any multi-part SVG file, your first job is to convert the lines that come in as cuts that we actually want to be scores. And that's why I only give you one wall for the lid and the base, because once you've done your converting of scores, it's quicker to just duplicate the walls than have to do the attaching 12 times. So first job, convert those lines. The lines that need converting to scores always live in my SVGs anyway, in this first group in your layers panel. So you're just going to click on the name of it. That's the second line down in your layers panel, and that selects all the score lines within it. Go to your operations menu, click on where it says basic cut, and choose score from the drop down. And you can see that those lines have been converted now, and while they're still selected, we need to ungroup them because we need to be able to attach them individually in a bit. So for me, ungroup is at the top of the layers panel there. If you're on the mobile app, it'll be somewhere down the bottom. Second step is to select the group underneath that has all the cut pieces in it. You can tell that these are the cut pieces because they're full of colour and there's no colour in there. Once you've selected those, just by clicking on the name of the group, ungroup it. And your third step is to select everything on screen. Quickest way to do that, I think, since you're working in your layers panel anyway, is just to click on that final group, but you can also use the select all button, or you can just drag a box to enclose everything and then ungroup a third time. So now everything on screen is separate and we can attach individual scores to the individual pieces that they relate to. Quickest way to do that really is to click on screen somewhere near a piece, enclose the shape and the scores and attach, which for me is at the bottom of the layers panel. Do that for both wall pieces. The lid top and the base of the box don't have any scores. Right, so now it's a six-sided box. As you can see, this is a hexagon, so we need 6 walls. So duplicate is here at the top of the layers panel. You can use that. I tend to use Control D on my keyboard, so we've got 3 there, 4, 5, 6. And now we need the lid pieces. So we've got 1, 2. Again, I'm just using Control D there, but it's here. That little plus button is that. So we've got the 6 lid walls now. So let's click make it and see what happens. So we can choose tabloid for this. If you're in the US and you can't get A3, you'd need 2 and about quarter sheets of tabloid. If you're using A3, I think it would definitely fit onto 2 sheets. Let's have a look and see what we can move around. Let's try moving those onto that first mat, see what we can do. Yep, that would go there. not sure actually if you'd get that on, but what we could maybe do is move that one onto this sheet as well. Yep, that fits nicely. So now we just need to get that one onto the second. Yeah. Yeah, so two A3s. Two A3s to cut the box. Let's try it on 12 by 12. Going smaller and using the standard mat. So it's asking for 4 sheets, but I think we might get that. Let's just try that on that one there. If we move those over there, yeah, that easily goes there. So you can cut the box itself from 3 sheets of 12 by 12. Now, all the pieces will actually fit on A4 or letter. But you probably just need to do what I did there. You'd need to move things around so it was more economical because it's saying, don't know why we've still got that one there. We don't need that. Let's just press cancel so that disappears and start again. And I'll choose A4. Yeah, it's asking for 7. We wouldn't need it. And in fact, if this was me cutting from A4, I'll just show you what I would do. I'm just going to delete 4 of those because I would actually... What was it asking for there? 7 A4s, was it? These are actually wide enough to fit on A4 or letter. So I personally, if I can just zoom out, I'd attach those and then maybe put that. Hang on, do it with these first. How long is that? Yeah. Let's just move these away. So you've got 2 walls, 2 base walls and 2 lid walls there. And 2 more. And then, yeah, you can definitely get this out of 4 A4s with a little bit of care. So I'm going to duplicate that one again, but then I'm going to detach it because... let's have a look. That's way too long. Wonder what we could do differently there. Oh no, 4. I said we'd need 4, didn't I? Yeah, so that one is definitely another A4. So we've got 1 A4, 2 A4s, 3 A4s, 4 A4s, and a tiny scrap. That's if you were going to... And I'll just show you what you'll do because I know it won't let you choose A4. So we just click Make It. You would choose... Whoops. You would choose 12 by 12. So we've got them all on the standard mat there, and all you'd do is, this one actually, we would have to go in a little scrap on its own, but let's look at this one. You would put A4 on your mat, just a couple of millimetres down from the top edge, couple of millimetres over from the very left white line on your cutting mat, and they would cut from A4. And just doing that little bit of work, it halves the amount of paper you need, doesn't it? I actually think... I'm sorry if this drives you mad, but I do like to try and save paper when I can. Let's just detach that. I wonder if we can squeeze that little chap on there. We can. Yeah. So that's it. 3 A4s to cut the main box. Okay. I'm not going to cut it, so I'll delete all those. So that's the box. We'll bring in the overlay if you were going to choose this. I probably wouldn't use this if I was making a Christmas box, but it might be good if you're going to use it in at different times of the year. It's just an option. So again, you're going to click on that second line down in your layers panel. There's only one set of scores here. So we just go to the operations menu and can convert them. And then all we need to do is select the whole thing and attach. No ungrouping needed because this is just a single piece file. But obviously we do need 6. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm doing Control D on my keyboard there. This is where you'd click on duplicate, or it would be in one of your menus down here. So if we click make it, again, it will fit on A4 or letter. I think you might get 3 on an A4. Let's just see. Let's just try. Yes, you would, easily. Let's just move those up. You'd get 3 on letter as well. It's going to move it, but you definitely would. I'll just prove it. Yeah, there you are. So you'd get 2 sheets of A4 or 2 sheets of letter to do the overlay. Probably, yeah, you could get another one. You could get another one there in that space. But you'd still need another sheet of 12 by 12 anyway. So yeah, 2 sheets of 12 by 12. Right, not going to cut that, so I'll go back and cancel it. So that's the gift box and the overlay we've looked at. Let's look at the ribbon now. There it is. So again, you need to change the little lines that come in as cuts, but we want them to be scores. They're in a group there at the top of the layers panel. Click on the second line down. That's the name of the group. It selects everything in it. Go to your operations menu. Choose score from the drop down. You can see that they're being converted now, but we do need to ungroup that. Even though they're small and they are going to cut right next to each other, doing it separately is a good habit to get into, to always ungroup things. Okay, just zoom in a bit on this. So again, I'm just going to select one and I'm going to attach it. As I say, you are going to see that they cut right next to each other anyway, but just that habit of ungrouping things and attaching scores separately to each piece is a good one to get into. So you need 3 for the whole box. So this is the whole amount of ribbon that you need. That obviously will cut from, it's a scrap really, but it will cut from A4 or letter. And then your green for sure, you will just get a little scrap, and the red an even smaller amount. So that's super easy to cut as well. And there's no duplicating there. You get all the parts for the ribbon that you need in the SVG. So that's the gift box, the overlay, the ribbon. Right, we'll look at the flowers now then. And I'll bring in this one. This is the grass blades. Obviously it's super easy. No scores. Just bring it in, go to make it, and you will need a scrap of green to cut it. So that's that one, super easy. The reason I made all these different colours is because I made them a different colour on my box. I chose a dark green for the poinsettia, sort of a lovely sagey green for the mistletoe, because it kind of is that colour, isn't it? And then I just chose a grassy green for the actual grass blades. And I think those different colours of green in the box are actually create a nice effect. So those are the grass blades. This is the mistletoe. This is really easy as well. No scores on these bits, obviously. I used 6 on mine. So I'm going to click make it. I'm going to change the project copies to 6 and apply. The berries, I cut mine because I made my box out of white. I cut the boxes out, boxes? I cut the berries out of a slightly ivory colour, which look quite nice. But mistletoe berries really are fairly white, so just choose whatever you like the look of. White or cream or even silver. I mean, if you just wanted to make it look fancy, something silvery or even a metallic gold might look pretty. People wouldn't know it was supposed to be mistletoe, I think, from the shape of it. So the sprigs, you'll get all of those from one sheet of 12 by 12. If you're using A4, you're going to need 2 sheets, yeah. And same with letter, I think, 2 sheets of letter. So no scores there, it's just dead easy. Bring it in and cut it and choose the paper that you want to use. Cancel, not continue. Seem to do that in every single video, don't I? Right, so so this is next one is up, is the last one to look at. It's the poinsettia. I'll zoom out a little bit. Right, so we need to do these flowers do have scores. If I just go back, you can see that they're a sort of a fairly spiky looking flower, aren't they? So I did put a score down the centre of every leaf. If you don't want your machine to do it, just delete them from here. The way to do that would be you'd go there and then press delete if you don't want your machine to score. But I do. It just puts them in the right place and it's nice and easy. So same thing again, you're going to click on the second line down in your layers panel to select that group of scores. Go to your operations menu, choose score from the drop down, and while they're still selected, ungroup them. Then select the group below which contains all the cuts, ungroup that, select the whole thing and ungroup a third time. And then we need to attach scores to the individual pieces. So click on canvas, draw a shape to more or less go around the shape and the scores. You don't usually need to go all the way around, and click attach. There are keyboard shortcuts which if you work on PC like I do, they're really useful to get to know. They do speed you up a little bit, but I do show it so that people know exactly what I'm doing as well. Right, so with this poinsettia flower, it comes in 1, 2, 5 layers plus this little yellow stamen if that's what you're going to use. But there are 7 pieces because, let's bring that to the front, the bottom 2 layers actually stick together. And the red for this one, as you can see, overlays on top and it shows a lovely green offset all around the edge. I've sort of tried to create the way poinsettia leaves look like when they're growing, and they start off with more green than red, don't they? And then the older they get a little bit redder. So that one, the reds are slightly different. So you just need to match up the right one with the right one, and I haven't got this rotate. I might fix that before you get it, so it's easier for you to see. But you can see, yeah, it's easy enough to do, isn't it? So you know that that one there goes with that one, and you can differentiate between them because the one that goes over the largest bottom green layer has slightly longer red stalks than the other one. So that's the way to pick them apart if you need to. But I'm sure you'll have no trouble when you come to actually make it. Right, so let's click make it. I used 5 poinsettias on my basket, vase, whatever we're going to call it. So the yellow for sure we'll just cut from a tiny scrap that you've got in your box. And let's choose 12 by 12 to start with for these and see what it asks for. Yeah, I think you could get this out of a lot less paper if you spend time arranging your flowers. But I don't know whether it's worth me doing that on video. If when you come to do this you can't see how to do it and you want to do it, tell me and I'll make another video. But I think when I do that sometimes on videos, I know some people have said it drives them crazy because you don't need to see it because you know what you're doing. But for instance, like that one, I think you might be able to put those to the corners and maybe get another one in there. So where you've got 2 there, I'll just quickly do it to see if it will. You could possibly get that there. It's just those are the bigger ones, so I don't know whether you'd get it on there. Move them right out to the corners. I don't think you will. No, it was there, wasn't it? Yeah, you will. And it's worth it, I think, to save a piece of paper. Um, I think it's worth it. So you could actually just get all the green out of two 12 by 12s. And so I'm not going to do it for the reds, but for sure you'd be able to save paper there by swapping your petals around from mat to mat. When I cut mine, I actually got all my flowers out of seven A4s. No, I'm lying. 8 A4s. Yeah, so about the same quantity. If you think of an A4 as roughly half of a 12 by 12. It did take me a while to faff around moving the greens around, so I'm not going to show you it on here because it will bore you rigid. But you can. Don't always take the layout that Design Space gives you because it doesn't always give you the most economical layout. As I say, when you come to cut yours, if you'd like me to make a video showing you how I would do that with the reds, then I will. But for the purposes of this video, I'm not going to. I don't think we need to. Right, so that's everything. I hope that's given you enough information. When you come to cut it or assemble it, if you have any trouble, please don't hesitate to get in touch. You do, as always, get a really detailed PDF of instructions for this project. I think it's about 14 pages long. There's a photograph for every single stage, and obviously with the flowers there's a lot of repetition. There's a lot of repetition in the box. It's kind of the same maneuver almost every time you do it, but I would say that assembling the box does require quite a bit of dexterity, so I don't think this is a project for beginners. I think you need to be quite accustomed to building 3D things out of card and getting really accurate joins and feel very comfortable with doing that. So if you're new to your Cricut, if you're new to paper crafting, start with something simpler than this project, I think. But if you like a challenge, and you'd like to have a go at this, then I think it makes a really beautiful gift box for Christmas. If you have any trouble, get in touch. The links are in the description below. And if you've just stumbled across this video and you'd like to buy the SVG, the link to do that is also in the description below. Thanks a lot. Bye.